Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, and CJ, better known as Conk Johnson, in the studio with me.
Don't mess this up.
What do you mean? What am I going to mess up? How could I possibly? It'd be the first time ever that I did the show without doing that.
Well, let's raise our standards.
No, God, no. We're divers. We're going low. We're going down.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we do here on the show every week. You know this. How many years we've been doing this? 27 plus. And you're trying to raise our standards now. Little late, my friend. Little late, little dive buddy.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
The hell.
So we got the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web, made up of Barry the Bugger. We got Vinny Two Tanks and Jared the Diver Guy. And look, we're just a week or so away from going to Saba, by the way. You're going to hear all about it when we produce a show from the deck of the Caribbean Explorer liveaboard dive vessel with Explorer Ventures 2 weeks from today, actually. That will air. It's going to be quite an event. I'm very much looking forward to it. I know I know Vinny Two Tanks is, because he gets to be my roomie. He is so excited about being my roomie. Look at him right now. He's blushing.
Yeah.
He's blushing,
Yes.
Isn't he?
Well,
You're not
yeah.
blushing. You look like you're blushing, Vinny. Come on now.
I know that if I room with you, I'm going to be very intimidated.
Well, as you should be.
Intimidated? No, don't let him intimidate you.
Wait, intimidated from what? What do you mean?
Nice hog.
What?
I don't have
Excuse
to.
me?
I'm not going to draw you a picture.
Hogfish.
Right.
Right. Okay. We better just leave that one lie. Okay. So we have a full crew. We got a lot of. The Aqua Gypsy with us too. Are you at the Gomez Hilton there, Brittany? Where are you?
You see the.
It looks like she is.
She's still, she's at the Gomez
She's still
Hilton.
getting situated, I think.
Yeah.
I am. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, welcome to the party. And I
Well,
know.
we have you here on YouTube as well. So,
All right. Okay. Well, don't hold that against us. That everybody can watch us on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. I don't think I got the feed going on Instagram today, but that'll just have to do. So if you want to see us, tune in accordingly. And you've been warned, because some of the visuals that we provide on Scuba Radio, well, you might need to go into therapy shortly thereafter.
I don't think it's that bad. They can just turn it off if they don't like it.
Have you looked at this crew? Come on. It's,
yeah.
Slightly disturbing. There's no doubt about it.
Oh.
All right. So, but we've had a lot of stuff happen since the last.
What was that?
Show? What? What are you talking about?
That looks like rum.
Rum? Who's drinking rum? What are the odds? Well, it goes with the territory, because the Aqua Gypsy's hanging at the Gomez Hilton, which is where we were just a few days ago.
Yes, we
for
were.
the Legends of Diving Rum Club get-together / Gomez Hilton party. Well, what an event it was. I mean, we went down to South Florida, hung with the dive god, Captain Walt DiMartini, the Aqua Gypsy. I mean, this thing, well, as always, when it comes to events at the Gomez Hilton, our home away from home in South Florida, the stories that we come away with after an outing like that, we generally can't speak about on the radio.
They are about I don't know, at least 12% true.
I don't know. Okay. Is that how you're going to cover? Is that how you're going to CYA?
I have nothing to hide.
Whatever.
I didn't get into any trouble.
Whatever, Tank. He's
Nah.
like, oh, hell yeah.
No,
Hell
Brittany
yeah.
could back me up on that. I didn't get any trouble.
Yeah. Tank was hanging out in the speakeasy below deck.
I didn't have to take off under cover of darkness.
Are you sure about that? I'm not sure that's accurate.
Wow. What have you heard?
Well, I know what I saw.
What'd you see?
Stuff that I, can't talk about on the radio. You know.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah. So, and the Aqua Gypsy knows as well, if she remembers. I'm not sure.
The block stood up on end.
Yeah, that could be. What is going on? Why am I here? I'm hearing a bunch of racket. Is that Brittany's audio coming back at us? That might be it. You got us on speaker, Brittany. You need to take it off speaker if you
I think it might have been Casey.
Is it Casey? The tobacco nut is with us now. He's out on a boat. Maybe that's what it is.
We'd probably be hearing wind, though, if it was that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Talk to me.
I've got my boat crew here.
Oh, okay.
Jim, Tom, Kathy.
All right, there you go. So the tobacco nuts out on the water out on the West Coast today. Is that it? Are you scalloping?
Margaritas flowing.
Margaritas? Are you going to go scalloping or something too, or what do you got planned there,
No, not
Casey?
today. We've already been hitting the margaritas.
All right. Is that in honor of our little shindig with the Legends of Diving Rum Club that we?
Yeah, I was as close as I could get.
Okay. Well, that's guilt by association. That's close enough.
So what I did is about every 15 seconds, I figured, okay, one of them's having another drink. I better have one too.
Right. Fair
I
enough.
hope the Coast Guard's not watching.
I'm not driving. Tom's driving.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Oh,
it looked like you were
I'm a
driving.
designated boat handler.
All right. Well, get hammered. Whatever you got to do.
I think he's
And then
already at
next
the
weekend,
hammered
I'll be
part.
diving in Costa Rica, so suck it, you losers.
Whoa. You're going to Costa
right.
Rica. When are you going to Costa Rica?
I'm leaving Thursday. We're going to Costa Rica. Going to do some diving, hunt through the rainforest, do
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
You're going to hunt through the rainforest.
Well, the camera, Greg.
Oh, okay.
Go play with snakes.
Yeah.
Of course, if I can find somebody frying iguana,
All right.
another story.
Okay. Maybe. I don't know. You'll have
It'll
to
be
report
below
back.
the Tijuana border.
Spider monkey on a stick.
Huh. Monkey brains. Don't they eat them down there? Maybe.
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
Chilled monkey brains.
Okay. Jerry's getting
I
kind
was
of
thinking the grilled tails look like a churro.
grilled what tail?
Grilled monkey tail.
Oh, monkey tail. Okay.
Looks like a churro.
All right. If you say so. Well,
Okay.
go eat all this weird stuff and report back to us. And
I'll send you guys pictures.
I like it. Okay. Well, we do have a lot to cover today. We did it, but we got to talk about what happened at the Gomez Hilton, which was just a get together that was epic as usual. But
I thought you said we couldn't talk about
well, that's
it.
what I was going to say. I think we've probably said everything we possibly can already.
We were there, and now we're not.
Is there anything
The
you
end.
can add, Brittany? Is Cam Malt DiMartini is with you too? He is. Okay. All right. Yeah, and Gomez Hilton survived once again. I mean, it's been reinforced over the years, so it can take quite the abuse. But we had more than our fair share of smoked rums on, round ice cubes. We had a whole bucket full of round ice cubes. Well, and evidently
I thought they were square.
were they square? They were square. Okay. See, I don't remember, which is a sign of a good party. Does anybody remember?
Or advanced age.
We're all there.
Yeah. What do you think there, Walt? Was it a good?
100.
Yep, 100%. Gotcha. What about you, Brittany? Is there anything you can add to that party, or you forgot it all?
Everything.
Yeah.
Hey, we had catfish.
That's right. We had not a magician. We had a musician.
Music.
Catfish. He was playing music for us there at the Tiki Bar at the Gomez Hilton. Tank was there below. He never did pop up, did he?
I don't remember.
You don't
Maybe.
Yeah, once again, leave it to your imagination. Trust me. And then figure it was way worse. All right? More coming up.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula, You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Lay it on me. Tell me what you can do.
Okay. I can communicate with every living creature living in our vast oceans.
Okay. Talks to fish. Got it.
Also,
I'm going to stop you right there, because I know your powers. It's talks to fish. The rest of the page is blank.
I have sonar.
Yeah, for talking to fish.
I have super hearing.
So you can listen to fish?
I can breathe underwater.
Because that's where the fish you talk to are?
Night vision.
So you can find the fish if you ever want a nighttime chinwag.
I can do a lot more than just talk to fish, okay? I can transport the entire Justice League by manipulating the waves of the ocean.
Oh, wow. You know what else can transport people on the ocean? A boat.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ in the studio with me. And then we got the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web, made up of Barry the Bugger, the Aqua Gypsy Brittany, Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks as well. And so we got a fairly full crew today. We got some big announcements to make. I mean, I've already basically told the world to suck it, losers, because we're getting ready to go to Saba with Explorer Ventures. And you're going to hear all about that 2 weeks from today. However, the big news is we have another Scuba Radio Scuba Cruise to announce on the show today. And this has been in the works for some time, but it has been officially booked. We're going to the Maldives for a very, very special itinerary, August 3rd through the 13th. And this is going to be a 10-night liveaboard cruise, the longest dive liveaboard we've ever done in the history of doing Scuba Radio. So we get 3 extra days on this liveaboard trip in the Maldives. I am so looking forward to it. What do you think there, Siege?
Who's your roommate for that trip?
It's not Vinny. That's all I know. Because there was a discussion at the office that Vinny very well could go to the Maldives, but I said, okay, that's fine, but I can only room with Vinny once, and then I get a reprieve. That's fair, right, Vinny? Yeah.
I have no problem.
Okay. Yeah, he has no problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a lot of
We all
problems.
want to know, did you want red shorts?
Hey, oh, wait, red shorts. Brittany says something about the red shorts, that he has to keep them on. Is that what you're saying or what, Brittany?
Are they clean?
Oh, geez.
Oh my God. I'm very clean.
No, the shorts though.
Them too.
Okay.
He may have to take multiple pair of red
Well,
shorts.
you know what? We'll cover this 2 weeks from today and see how that goes. But as far as the Maldives is concerned, you got a few months to plan accordingly. What's great about this trip is that it's a long way to go from the U.S. It is, but it's going to be well worth it because we're going to get 3 extra days. It's going to be a 10-night liveaboard cruise in the Maldives. One of my favorite places to go dive with Explorer Ventures. You know, this will be my 4th time, I believe, and I've spent 2 birthdays there. I love the diving in the Maldives so much. I've spent 2 of my birthdays there in the past. This time, no birthday.
All right, why is it one of your favorite places? Tell us about it.
Well,
tell us about the diving.
The diving is just very diverse. Like, you know, and I've made comparisons to friends to the Galapagos. It's not as intense as the Galapagos as far as the marine life and stuff, but you get a lot of the same critters and encounters that you experience in the Galapagos. And the Maldives, a little bit more spread out. So it's like, you know, in the Galapagos, it's almost like sensory overload. Every dive can be just insane. You see everything on one dive, right? And the Maldives, it's like every single dive would be like a particular type of critter. Like one dive would be whale sharks. One dive would be, you know, hammerheads. One dive would be a schooling grouper. Every single dive would have some like star of the dive or like particular critter that you might encounter, that you will encounter.
Be the star of every dive.
Will
right,
there be a dive?
Yeah, go ahead, Barry. What?
Will there be a dive with humpback whales?
There could be. I mean, they cruise through that area every now and then. I've seen whale sharks. They're pretty consistent on an area there in the Maldives where they have whale sharks pretty regularly. But the boat itself, the platform you dive is exceptional. I mean, the yacht, the Emperor Explorer liveaboard boat is, I mean, this is like next level diving because the vessel itself is like a super fancy yacht. We stay on the boat. We eat our meals. We overnight there. Big cabins compared to a lot of the other liveaboards around the world. And you dive off of a separate vessel. So it follows the main boat with you the entire time you're cruising with them. And two of the crew members actually live on the dive boat, which in itself I think is like, I don't know, I want to say it's like 70 foot long. It's a big ass boat. And it has the compressor on that boat and all your dive gear. So when we get ready to dive each day, it comes up next to the boat. You transfer over to that. All your stuff's on that boat, and you dive off that boat for a dive, and then we come back, have some lunch, that kind of thing. We kind of bounce back and forth from this mini floating, operational dive boat. So, which, by the way, and it's bigger than some of the liveaboards I've been on.
So,
before.
Vinny, if you're end up going on that trip, watch your step.
Watch your step, right?
Because you could die.
Yeah, you don't want to take a header into the bottom of that
That's true.
boat. Yes, that's true.
But I've been on that trip before, and it is very comfortable.
Yes, it's fancy. This is a fancy boat for sure.
Ooh, you're going to be a fancy boy.
Yeah. It's the way to go. And so you get all this diversity of marine life. But unlike the Galapagos, which is usually pretty cold, especially for a warm water Florida wuss like myself, the water in the Maldives is usually quite warm. It's quite nice. It's like tropical.
Nice.
It's
type stuff.
bathtub.
Yeah, bathtub diving.
I mean, you don't even need to wear, other than the red swimsuit. You don't need
Which
to
you
wear
will
anything else.
definitely be required to wear. They do have social norms in the Maldives that you have to cover up, by the way, Benny, because they'll throw you in the clink if you violate that, just so we're clear. But you're going to go, right? You're going to come? And in August?
I don't know yet.
Haven't decided. Okay.
I have to think about it.
All right. Well, he's got to figure out how this next one goes.
I have previous trips booked. I don't know if they'll intersect with that trip.
No,
I'm going
they
to
won't.
Fiji this year.
You're going to Fiji. That's right.
Yeah.
No, it won't.
All
It
booked,
won't.
ready to
That
go.
won't intersect at all.
Well, I'm talking about the dates.
Yeah, it won't.
Oh,
I already know about
see,
that.
you already know my schedule. That's great. Actually, I can't remember.
Everybody knows Vinny's schedule except Vinny.
I don't. I can't. CRS. I can't remember.
CRS.
Thank you.
CSR.
What does the S stand for?
I cannot say.
Can't remember stuff. That's what it means. Yes.
I knew it.
Yeah, mute his mic quick. All right, I don't want to hit the dump button again. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hey, man. Hey, what are you doing today? I don't know. I was kind of bored. Do you want to do something cool? Well, like what? We could go scuba dive. Oh, yeah, that sounds great. I've never done it before. Well, there's only a few things that you got to do to be good at it, and it's really easy to learn. Here, I'll show you. Come with me.
Okay, everyone, let's get our gear on. Let's go for a dive. Tanks are right here.
Now, to be a scuba diver, it can be so much fun. Making memories and sharing good times in the sun. Descend with the quickness, equalize so you don't pop. To avoid decompression sickness, always make a safety stop. You know, gonna be a scuba diver. Gonna be an underwater survivor. I'm gonna be a scuba diver.
Well, you're in the right place. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. So, yeah, a couple weeks from today, you'll hear all about our Scuba Radio scuba cruise with Explorer Ventures. And we're going to be doing a broadcast from the deck of the boat. By the way, I think the boat is full, too, by the way.
The deck of the boat.
The deck of the boat, right.
Just making sure.
Right. And we're going to basically, spend 2 hours telling the rest of the world to suck at losers. We're in Saba diving, having a spectacular vacation while everybody else is back home. Sucking wind, Barry's bugger.
I'll live with that.
Will you? What about the Maldives? You tempted to go to the Maldives for a 10-nighter with Explorer Ventures? No, why?
No, he has to paint the house that week.
No, I painted the house 3-4 years ago. How many years ago was it now? I forgot.
All right, but you're going to come up with some other excuse? All right, fair enough.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
I don't know if that's it or not. You just
something. You guys can go out and play your games and do what you want.
Barry looks at these trips as an escape from us. I think is what it is.
I think we all do.
Do we? Okay. By the way, just so we're clear, we're talking about the diving unbelievable in the Maldives. Once again, it's August 3rd to the 10th. If you want to book it, call them up, 1-800-322-3577. Here's the kicker. Going and coming back from the Maldives is going to be an adventure in itself. I mean, it's a long way for us in the States, whether you're flying from California like Vinny Two Tanks or myself in Florida. I mean, when you're going to a place like the Maldives, I mean, it's one of these long haul type flights that you got to go. And you got a few routes that you can travel through on your airline ticket. I went through Dubai, which is common on Emirates. You could go through like
Tokyo.
You could go through Tokyo, but I'll back up there, Vinny. I'm getting there. You could go through Germany. You could go through like London, UK. But right now, the prices on those airline tickets were kind of high. I was looking at maybe going through London this time because I've done Germany before. And then the other one is Qatar. If you want to go through there, that's they got some pretty good flights through there. But I don't know. Qatar's not really on my list of places I want to go. I've already checked off Dubai. So the other place, though, that I've wanted to go, and I actually had this book years ago. I was going to go through L.A., and I was going to take Singapore Air through Tokyo, and then go through Singapore, which is Singapore Air's hub, and spend a day there, and then go to the Maldives. So break up the travel, and I love doing that because it gives you an opportunity to kind of stretch out a little on these long haul flights. When you try to do it as a marathon session, it can get kind of brutal. And I had that all scheduled right before I had my open heart surgery years ago. I was planning to do that and fly on Singapore Air, do that itinerary, go to Tokyo, tour the toilet museum. That's what you do.
No,
And
nobody
then,
wants to do that except you, Greg.
Wrong! It's one of the most popular attractions in Tokyo.
That's a weird thing to be into.
Hey, you want to do what the locals do, CJ. Come on.
I don't think
you need to open your mind, my friend. You need to open yourself up to new
could
experiences.
do without the toilets.
And try to get that cultural exchange with the folks there. So anyway, that was on the table. I'm not doing Tokyo this time, but I am going through Singapore, which Singapore Air is rated as the #1 airline in the world. And it's also, the Singapore airport is rated as the #1 airport in the world.
By Singapore?
By Skytrax, the company or one of the online folks have been rating airlines and that kind of stuff for years. I mean, there's no joke. I mean, it's another level, what they offer. Look them up. Singapore, they got a thing called the Singapore Girls.
Do they give you the moist towelettes with your food?
Oh, that's for economy. You get that. I mean, their level of service is like, I'm telling you, it's another level. You're laughing right now, but I'm telling you.
I'm not laughing.
You watch, buddy. I got a really good price on premium economy, which is basically their premium economy is like what we would experience in business class in the States. Easy. Maybe even better. We'll find out when we go. But, you go, you fly. I'm flying up through New York. I'm going to go New York to Singapore. I'm going to stay there for 24 hours in Singapore. That's how they schedule their flights sometimes. You could have as little as a 4-hour layover, or you could have like a 24-hour layover. I got a 24-hour layover. I'm going to hang out in the airport, go see the city possibly. They got the world's largest indoor waterfall in the Changi airport, in the Singapore airport.
That would be cool to see.
Yeah. And they got like botanical gardens. It's crazy. Look it up. It's insane.
Well,
and
botanical gardens. Who are you doing all this with, Greg?
With Explorer Ventures. And I'm going.
I know that, but who's going on the trip with you?
Whoever wants to book it.
No one. That means no one right now.
Yeah. He's got no one right now.
Well, it doesn't matter. Why would it matter? I'm just putting it out.
Explorer
you can go,
Venture
Jerry.
will fill the trip.
Yeah, they're going to have all kinds of people from. I mean, I'll tell you, when I've done it in the past, it was a very worldly week too, because I was like, a couple times we were on it. I was the only American on board, and so there's people from Russia, there's people from Germany. I mean, Poland. I mean, it was
no wonder
wild.
they all hate us.
Yeah. Somebody's jelly.
Nope.
Yeah.
Greg's our
Last time I went, Jerry
in
Beatty
trouble.
was on board with us.
Yeah.
Say that again, Vinny.
Last time I went, Jerry Beatty was on board with us.
That's
Remember
right.
that?
That's right. Yeah, that was right before COVID. Yeah, and that was I think that was the last trip right before COVID, and it shut down everything for a while. But I'm telling you, it's going to be an amazing trip, and like I said, that element of flying on Singapore Air is going to be, that's going to be an adventure in itself, kind of a cool thing. So I got a little layover in Singapore, and I'm gonna check all these things off the box and. Or off the list, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
How many hours from New York to Singapore?
It'll be like, I think it's 12, 11, 12 at least.
How much Singapore to where are you going?
So, Singapore to Mali, which is the airport you fly into for the Maldives, that flight's about 4 hours. So it's like flying.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's like flying from, Florida to L.A. So
now, will it be the next day when you get there, or are you going back a day? How does the time work?
Yes.
Wait, do you go west? You go west?
I'm going east.
Or east?
I'm going east from New York City.
From New York City.
I think. I don't know. Why does it matter? Who cares?
Well, it matters as far as dates are concerned.
No,
right?
it doesn't. I just know when I'm supposed to be there.
Turning this
and I'm leaving, and I'll have I'll have a day in Singapore on the way over. I'll have a day, when I arrive in Mali, there's a little airport hotel. I'm going to hang out for the day, and then I get a good night's sleep, and then I'll get up the next day and get on the boat for 10 days and go to
so
town.
If you're over there and you're ahead of us, you'll know the lottery numbers before we do.
Yeah, and I'm not going to tell them. I'm not going to tell you.
You are a mean person.
Yes, I am. That's what you do when you go to these exotic places like that. All I'm going to do is I'm going to call you up, sure, Barry, but I'm going to say, hey, I'm here and you're not. Suck it, loser. That's what you do.
You prick you?
Yeah. Something like that. More coming up.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Ryan, we've got to get on that ship. Attention passengers. The karaoke contest will begin in 5 minutes.
Okay, now we've really got to get on that ship.
Look at me, I'm ship-faced. I'm a nautical disgrace. Round these yachties, I'm out of place. I'm ship-faced.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. That is the Barefoot Man. I heard his music down in the Keys last week, right before we headed to the Gomez Hilton. I was down in, Isla Morada, hopped in inside the Lobster Trap, and they always have the Barefoot Man's music playing, and it's always refreshing. Reminds me of the Keys, even though he's in the Caymans. Legendary musician. Look him up, Barefoot Man, if you're not familiar with him. All right, so look, Maldives is going to come up quick, even though it's August 3rd. You got plenty of time to book it. You can do Singapore Air if you like. Prices right now on those airfares that I found, by the way, really good for premium economy, not just economy, premium economy, which is, how they do it. I for the life of me, I can't figure it out. But all these international carriers make us look like schlubs when you compare the airlines.
Schlubs.
Yeah, that's what I said. You heard me. Premium economy on Singapore Air easily is going to be like flying business class. On one of the major
you don't want
US
to be a slub.
carriers. No, of course not. That would be ridiculous. So I'm looking forward to it on many, many levels. And if you want to book it, call now. Get your spot reserved with Explorer Ventures, 1-800-322-3577. 10 nights in the Maldives. So even
It's
before
a lot of diving.
It's gonna be amazing. And food is great. The people are awesome. I mean, like I said, it's one of my favorite trips I've done in our 27-year history of Scuba Radio. I spent 2 birthdays in the Maldives because I liked it so much. So no birthdays on this one, but man, we're going to have a ball. So you want to join the party? Now you know what to do. All right. So there's that. Wanted to get that out there today. The other big news that happened this week, and I want to throw this out to everyone. There is a report that came out this week that is being promoted, through the various, dive media channels and things about a study that has come out that basically said divers are willing to pay more to dive marine protected areas. So like like Penny Camp Park, where you can't fish, you can't, take lobster, you can't take stuff out of a marine protected area. That's what a marine protected area is. Big fan of marine protected areas. And it's been shown year in and year out that, not just the area that's protected benefits from, having more marine life, but the surrounding areas benefit because you get this little nursery area kind of place that and starts to branch out into the areas even outside the marine protected area. It's been proven over the years that it's great for fishermen, it's great for the the environment and everything. It's a big fan of that. However, this study went a step further, saying that they did a survey, these quote unquote scientists that put this study out, that said that divers are willing to pay more to dive a marine protected area. So I was kind of like, wait a minute. I mean, I'm a big fan of marine protected areas.
So they're going to jack up the rates?
Yeah, they're basically kind of saying that they did a big survey that said divers would be willing to pay more to dive a marine protected area. At first, I thought they were just saying, okay, divers would be more inclined to book a dive trip to an area that had one of these, right? So, one of the popular areas down in the Keys is John Pennycamp Park because of the protected areas they have down there. Divers flock to the area. We have a ton of operators down there. And, of course, your diver, you'd want to, dive the protected area, potentially see more fish, critters, things like that, because they can't be taken by fishermen or spear fishermen or whatever. Right? Depending on where you're at. And I think that is definitely a draw. But I don't believe jumping to the point of saying, well, okay, I want to go dive, a marine protected area and I'm willing to pay, an extra $5 to $50 to dive a marine protected area. And that's what they basically said in this study. And I was like, wait a minute, that might be a bridge too far for me. And I'm like, am I alone here? Am I on an island? I mean, Barry the Bugger, what say you? What do you think about this?
Do you remember when the Spiegel Grove was first sunk?
Yes, I do. And it went upside down, right? Yeah.
But if you recall, when you went to dive that boat, you bought a medallion that helped offset the cost of that.
That is true,
So if you're going into
medallion?
Yeah, Jerry the Diver guy has one. Right.
I have one somewhere.
I have several
don't know
of them.
what I did with it.
Right.
But the point is that these marine protected areas cost money to take care of and to make sure they are taken care of. So if they charged an extra $3 or $5 fee, would that bother you?
First off, it was much higher than that on this study.
So what were
it
they
was
saying?
listed from $5 to $50. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. And, and those medallion things you're talking about, right? I get that. Some of those, depending on where you go, are voluntary. First off, Barry, and you can pay that fee, and they're designated for a very specific purpose. If you just say you want to be able to dive this marine protected area, well, you got to pay an extra $50.
No, if it was a $50, then I wouldn't go.
Okay.
Ultimately, you vote with your pocketbook.
Well, exactly. But if they're
or your wallet.
Well, in the study was
or your wallet.
The study was saying
thanks, CJ,
that divers were more inclined to visit an area that had a marine protected area. Totally agree.
I'm with Barry. I say if it's a small amount, $5 to $10, and that money is going to the park,
right,
for that purpose, I'd be cool with it. But not just rip you off.
Well, not just that though.
But I know how these things start with good intentions, and then they
Well, exactly. What is it?
they explode into a higher rate.
What is it supposed to fund for a marine protected area? You just designate an area. Okay, this area you can't spearfish, you can't fish, you can't take anything out of it. It's an area we've designated for. What are you going to pay for?
They may have more. Let's just use Florida. So they may have more fish and wildlife game officers out there.
I was going to say they have to enforce it. Yeah.
They may have more scientists kind of keeping watch on it and seeing if anything starts to go bad, like coral bleaching and stuff like that.
But here's the thing: do you need a fee for that, or do you set this up like, hey, we've done this, we drew enough people because we have this new area that is a designated park, and people are going to flock to it because they know it's an area where they're going to see more fish, and that's going to draw more people and cause the divers to spend more money to dive it. You don't need to tack on an extra fee on top of it. You see what I'm saying? I don't see, I mean, when you talk about the Spiegel Grove or something like that, and don't get me wrong, there are definitely places around the world that do this, that, have the little thing where you pay an extra fee and that kind of thing. I'm just saying, I don't know that everybody agrees that, to me, it almost looks like double dipping. Like, okay, you did a survey, divers love MPAs, they support them, and if you have one in your area, chances are you're going to draw more divers and create more income for the area. That should be enough, shouldn't it? Why do you got to have a fee on top of it? I don't know. So
they'll find out if the numbers drop.
Well, what do you mean the numbers drop? If you have an MPA, the numbers will increase according to their survey.
If they charge and people stop going there as much, then they'll know.
Well, maybe. Or once again, it's like double dipping. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's my point. Anyway, we'll think about it, cover it accordingly, and take it for what it's worth. Hour 2 on deck. We're going to talk more about the Florida Keys and much, much more next. Stay close.
On the boat or down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Hour 2, always known as
The Douche.
The Deuce. I thought, no, never mind. Anyway, it is hour 2, and we are back with more stuff to cover. We're going to get a little deeper into this MPA, a little bit of a controversy. I don't know. We'll talk about that. But before we get to that, I want to bring Alex on from Ocean Point Suites down in the Florida Keys. Alex, welcome to Scuba Radio. How are you?
Good, good, good. How's everyone doing over there? How's everything?
We're good. We're refreshed. After my little run down in the Florida Keys, Ocean Point Suites, opsuites.com, by the way, is a website, has become my kind of home away from home when I visit. The middle upper Keys. What is it? It's Tavernier, isn't it, or is it Isla Morada? I don't know.
No, it's Tavernier. So basically, we like to go ahead and call ourselves like that border city where Key Largo ends and Isla Morada begins, but it's still nothing but paradise down here.
No, there's no doubt about it. Ocean Point Suites has been there for years. I mean, we've been doing Scuba Radio literally for 27 years plus. And when I first started this show, Ocean Point, I think, was probably brand new. I don't know. I mean, it's been around for a long, long time, right, Alex?
But it has been. Thankfully, this property has been around for over 20 years, so it has been through a lot, through every kind of storm there is. We've always been here.
Yeah, but the thing is, they've kept it up where the property is just literally spectacular. You would never realize how long it has been there. They've kept it looking really, really nice. It has a marina. If you have a boat, especially small boat like Barry the Bugger or something, they got a little man-made beach area and gazebos, on-site restaurant, massive swimming pool, and the rooms are quite nice. And I mean, we're talking kitchenettes, the whole thing. If you want to come down there and like catch your lobster and cook it, well, you could do it there at your room at Ocean Point Suites. You can spend a day or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, these aren't your traditional hotel rooms. These are all apartment condominiums, fully furnished. So we basically have 1-2 bedroom apartments. So basically, for a nice little weekend getaway, or if you're looking to bring the family over, we could definitely be able to go ahead and accommodate all that.
Yes. I mean, it's just really, really nice. I can't rave enough about this place. And like I said, it's been around for a long time, but the location is perfect. Not just for, like Key Largo and Isla Morada, but even if you want to go all the way down, to Key West, it's a great place to just stay and make that your home base of operations, run down there for a day or whatever if you want, and you could still come back. It's that reasonable. Really close to the History of Diving Museum, which is just down the road from Ocean Point Suites. I was down there and did a little meeting or two and stayed there. So I can't rave enough about it, Alex, and thanks for just keeping it up to snuff. I just can't believe after all these years, this property is just looking so nice. I mean, is that just because the condos are they individually owned and you guys just kind of manage it, or how does it work exactly?
Yeah, so the way how it works is basically these are all individually owned apartment condominiums that the owners trust us to go ahead and actually rent out on their behalf. So basically when we win, they win. So it's like a mutual assurances that we basically like to go ahead and always take care of.
Right. So it's like their vacation home. And when they're not there, they rent it out to people like us. And I'm telling you, it's really, really nice. Very, very convenient. opsuites.com. I highly, highly recommend the place. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to be coming back down there. They got a vintage diving event at Jules Undersea Lodge that looks like we're going to participate in on, let's see, are you getting any openings? This is going to be March 8th and 9th. What do you think, Alex? I'm putting you on the spot. Are you open then, or do you know?
You're putting me right on the spot right now. So if you're asking me for those dates right now, I still got availability right now. I have both my 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms available. I have either full ocean views, partial ocean views available for those dates. So right now, I do have a special promotional rate available right now. Well, if you were to go ahead and actually visit our site, there is a special promotion rate which we call our Friends and Family Special, where you can receive up to 20% off for that time frame. So we're more than happy to go ahead and actually offer that to all your listeners and to anyone that's interested to come in for any time. Not necessarily for those dates, but for any time year round.
All right. Well, there you go. I know Barry the Bugger would like to come down. And I don't know if you can take advantage of the Friends and Family rate, Barry, but maybe the acquaintances rate. You know somebody who they like?
I've stayed there before because I said the name sounded familiar.
Yeah, of course you have.
Years and years ago when I used to do that MS bike ride where you ride your bike 75 miles down and 75 miles back.
That was the place you stayed?
That we stayed there a couple of times and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's near Harry Harris Park. But
it is indeed.
And I said, I know that name from somewhere, and that was it.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, they got, like
it
tennis
is. It's
courts.
a beautiful area. It's nice.
I don't know. What is it, pickleball courts now, or are they tennis courts? I don't know.
It's a tennis court that we repurposed as a pickleball court, but you can still be able to play around in tennis there if you wanted to.
Right. And they do have a massive pool, too, by the way. So, I mean, they got everything at this place. You can go down there and not leave the property and have a blast. But, you're in the Keys. You got to get around. And but once again, it's become our home away from home when we're traveling down to the Keys. I highly recommend it. Alex, always a pleasure. Thanks again. Yeah, we'll see you again probably sooner as opposed to later if you have an opening for us. So we'll schedule that accordingly. And then once again, all they got to do is go to opsuites.com and they'll see the latest specials, you said?
Yeah, absolutely. You go to special offers, and we're more than happy to have that set up for you and your listeners.
All right, there you go. Ask for Alex. Tell him you heard about it on Scuba Radio. It can't hurt. They won't charge you more, I don't think. They might. But regardless, do it.
He's kidding.
Am I?
I think.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it is. What a beautiful property.
It is nice. We were there last year.
Yeah. But, when I was there last week, I mean, the tide was out. In the evening when I went back to the resort after some meetings, and I just went out on the gazebo. There were a couple other couples walking around. I think there's really, really nice, deck walk out to a gazebo that overlooks the water. The tide was out, so you could see the rocks and the clear water and just super peaceful, away from the hustle and bustle of, the more touristy places, I would say, maybe down there. And just awesome. I can't rave enough about it. And I've been going there for years, and it really does blow my mind how they've maintained this property. I mean, you never think it had been around as long as it has. They've really done a great job. And the rooms are massive. They get a 2-bedroom suite. You can have 4 people in there, and really make your little run down to the Keys, not only great, but probably save a few bucks too over a typical, more traditional type hotel. But, you got the kitchenette. You could grill your lobsters. You could cook them in the room. You could save a few bucks that way, too, if you want. So really, really nice place. opsuites.com. So, yeah, going down there for a vintage dive weekend. I was asked by Lisa at the History of Diving Museum.
You have to be over a certain age? Is that why it's vintage?
Wrong.
Oh, you're not the vintage part.
No, it's Mark V. Oh. Hell, you know the Scooby-Doo monster guy? You know him, right? The diver monster in Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
That's going to be me. That's going to be me. They're going to put me in a Mark V helmet and the scary old classic commercial diver setup. And we're going to go down and undersea at Jules Undersea Lodge. And dive.
And you would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for those meddling teens.
Yeah, those meddling kids. They're always in the way, causing a ruckus, like the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, aren't they?
Yeah, shut up, you guys.
More coming up.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
How, when, and where it's made has never been more important than now. Just ask all those divers and dive shops that struggled to get products and parts during the pandemic. One relatively new gear manufacturer, however, managed quite well. Nex is one of the few, if not only, dive gear manufacturers to bring regulator and design assembly back to the USA. No shortages during the pandemic for their customers and dealers. And get this, Nex was a Tester's Choice winner in Scuba Lab for 2022 and a Best Buy in 2023. Each Nex regulator system is made to order, cutting down on overhead and allowing you to get exactly what you need for the kind of diving you prefer. This will be the last regulator you'll ever need, since the modular design can easily be modified as your diving skills and preferences evolve over time. Are you ready to make your next dive your best dive? Then go to nextdive.com. That's nextdive.com. Next Underwater Products. nextdive.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, I'm Captain Slate from Captain Slate's Atlantis Dive Center in Florida, and you're listening to my good buddy and dive pal, Greg the Dive Master, from the world's first radio show devoted to diving, Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. I love it.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I love it too. I am Greg the Dive Master. It's probably because I do it. I love it. You like it, don't you, CJ?
I do enjoy it.
You like it or you love it?
I love it.
Okay. And then, of course, we have the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web today. Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, even the Aqua Gypsy, and Senor Gomez, or Julio, or Camel Martini. One of the three.
Julio is there.
Yeah. All
down
right.
by the schoolyard.
So everybody is invited
bears.
to join me at the this vintage dive event in March. It'll be March 8th and 9th with the History of Diving Museum, and they're going to have all this gear set up, and you can sign up to actually dive a Mark V helmet and dress up like the Scooby-Doo monster. That's been on your list, hasn't it, Barry? Surely.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I did do my rescue certification at Jules Undersea Lodge, which is a really cool place to check out.
Right, it is.
You know where else you see that? Not just the Scooby-Doo monster. You see those helmets in the fish tanks. Sometimes they put
that's
those little
true.
divers in fish tanks.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, actually, they have
Or any of those.
You know, in the History of Diving Museum, I think they have the largest collection of commercial dive helmets in the world.
They do have a lot.
They have a
They
ton.
have a lot.
And so, yeah, Lisa at the History of Diving Museum threw this option at me when I was down there last week. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I'm in. Let's do this.
Like,
Let's
how
do
you
this.
going to do it? I'll come down and go with you.
You'll come down? Okay, yeah, because I'm going to need a tender. You know, there needs to be a surface person.
Yeah, that way I can cut the air off on you.
All right, Jerry's out.
I'll give you $1 for that, Jerry.
That's funny.
You know that's evidence, right, Jerry, that this shows are recorded.
That's true. I
didn't say it. Somebody else did.
You mess with
AI generated.
You mess with my air supply, you're going into the slammer.
Air
And
supply, weren't they a
and
rock
your
group?
new boyfriend's going to be
I wouldn't
named
call him
Bubba.
rock.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't know
soft
that
rock?
if I'm standing on your hose or not, Greg.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Language.
Okay. I don't know, the Aqua Gypsy, what do you think? Brittany, have you ever done a Mark V helmet? Has that ever been on your list of diving things you wanted to check off the list or no?
Yeah. Love to go.
All right. Yeah. Have you ever had those nightmares of the the scary diver coming after you in your dreams?
I don't think so. No.
No.
You mean you?
Yeah.
She's not on the same meds you are
No,
on.
I
right?
grew up on Scooby-Doo. I was terrified of that monster diver.
That was like the least scary monster they had on that whole show.
Oh, the helmet. The helmet grew. It was like a neon green, like blue green
I
light.
don't think
out
I
of this
even
helmet.
remember that much details about it.
Yeah, actually, this past Halloween, it was a major. They had one of those old diver, mannequin type things. It was one of the big Halloween costume or decorations they offered at Lowe's. this year.
Yep,
You didn't
they
see
did.
that? It was like
No.
400, 500 bucks or more. I don't know. It was a ridiculous price. So I didn't buy it. I was like, I'm a diver. I'm not afraid of you anymore.
Okay, Greg, ready?
I'm ready. What? What am I ready for?
I have a good story for my friend Nat here. He's going to tell you a story about Jimmy Buffett and St. Bart's.
Jimmy Buffett. Oh, well, okay. So, all right. I like the sound of this because when I came up from the Keys to hang at the Gomez Hilton, I started talking to Brittany about the fact that we had just spent some time in the British Virgin Islands. And I didn't make it to the Cheeseburger in Paradise place, which is supposedly, there's a little bar that Jimmy was inspired to write that song and we were talking about it. So you have a friend, your friend Nate is with you now. And what does he know about this story?
So Lay's Select is actually in St. Bart's. And Lay's Select is the bar that Jimmy Buffett wrote the song Cheeseburger in Paradise. That's where he wrote the song.
Oh, that's where he wrote it. Okay.
Yeah, that's where he wrote it.
Yeah.
So I was with some friends of mine. We'd left from St. Martin and gone down to St. Bart's.
Yeah.
And we took a dock there, and my buddy said, "Oh my God, we got to go to Lay's Select and have a cheeseburger in Paradise."
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so the waterfront in St. Bart's is all super rich yachts and 300 footers, and you can buy a new Rolex and some diamonds, and
Right.
you can get a lunch for $400.
Yeah, that's all.
So Lay's Select is like, 6 blocks in. It's a dive. It's just an outdoor place where you get, beer and buckets. And so we went in there to order cheeseburgers, and there's pictures of Jimmy Buffett all over the walls, and with him there. And I said to the waiter, I said, "Get the F out." I said, "Jimmy Buffett doesn't come in here." And I said, "No, he does. And his yacht just arrived yesterday, and usually he comes in." And I'm like, "Yeah, no way." So we're sitting there. We ordered some cheeseburgers and a bucket of beer, and in walks Jimmy Buffett with his guitar hanging off his back. And he pulls up a stool and just starts strumming his guitar, and nobody makes any big deal of it. It's like nobody runs over. It's like, "Oh, Jimmy Buffett." Everybody just chills out, and Jimmy Buffett he strummed his guitar and just started singing some songs. I was like, "Holy crap!" All I
Wow.
thought that was a cheeseburger in paradise.
Heck
I got
yeah.
a cheeseburger in paradise with MF and Jimmy Buffett singing to me while I ate a cheeseburger in paradise.
I'm hip. Well, and thank you for self-censoring, by the way. I do appreciate it. Listen up, Vinny. Yeah, but that was I mean, I wanted to have that I wanted to have that kind of experience my whole life, and of course he passed away. But I'd heard many stories like that over the years where he would show up at like the Bahia Cabana down there in Fort Lauderdale. He'd pop in every now and then and surprise people like that. But yeah, what a moment you had. You get any pictures?
It was priceless. It was a one of a kind life experience.
Yeah.
And
photographic proof?
Yeah, you got any pictures of that or no? He does have a picture. Okay. He has proof.
Yeah. So
I was going to say, it wouldn't matter. I mean, you don't let the truth get in the way of a good story anyway.
Yeah, right. Well, so anybody going down to St. Bart's, regardless of whether Jimmy Buffett shows up personally or not, which is unlikely now, but go into Lay's Select and have a cheeseburger.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I had heard about it when I was down there because I was on the island, and I couldn't find. I didn't look real hard, but I knew there was a place where he supposedly wrote Cheeseburger in Paradise. But now we know.
Full of good stories, Greg.
Is he? Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Most of them we can't tell on the radio.
There's a lot that you cannot tell.
Well, okay. That's kind of what I figured. That just
Super
goes
great
with
guy.
the territory. Is he? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, Nate, you've paid off somebody. Well, that's a good plan of attack you got going there. I love it. All right. Good stuff. We got more coming up, including a new regulator we got to talk about or offering from Next Dive. That's coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, I'm Manny. I'm your dive master lead in Aquacat, and you hear Scuba Radio.
Yeah, wait, you're the lead dive master on the Aquacat? What are you?
Yes, sir, I'm the lead dive master.
Okay, do it again, one more time.
You kidding?
No.
Okay, guys, I'm Manny. I'm your dive master lead in Aquacat, and you hear Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
The what? Okay. Hi, guys, I'm Manny. I'm a dive instructor in Aquacat, and you're listening to Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to
The world's first radio show
devoted to dive.
devoted to dive. You kidding or what? You did the translation.
Translate, Drew.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
I can do it slow.
Okay, do it slow. Yeah, do slow.
The world's first
Radio
show
devoted
devoted to
to
diving. Devoted. You know what, guys?
to diving.
For the Spanish speakers, la mejor radio estación de radio devota de lo que es el buceo.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I am Greg the Dive Master. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ in the studio with me. We got Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, the Aqua Gypsy, Brittany. And, you know, I'm surprised I did not get a call from especially someone like Barry or Jerry or Bear Jerry, take your pick, about, you know, because it's the day after Valentine's Day. Barry, happy VD.
No, I've been injected.
Excuse me?
I've been
beg your pardon?
I've been
Wow.
inoculated.
He's been in,
Wow.
been inoculated
Just
with
wow.
PD.
What was his name?
Oh,
Let me ask you a question.
Leave me out of this one.
No. The bit.
What do you mean?
Was that Vinny talking to that guy?
No.
no.
That wasn't him?
No,
Okay.
Barry. Pay attention.
I was
Otherwise-
paying attention.
No, he said what his name was at the beginning.
No. Not the guy that you're trying to get him to say the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
That
There
was
another
Manny.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because he's okay.
All right.
Oh, that guy
All right.
sounded nothing like Vinny.
He sounded a little bit like Vinny.
Really?
That's why I kept thinking it was Vinny. How long
Nothing
ago
like
was that
Vinny.
done?
Wishful thinking. You know, love is in the air because, you know, we're just a day past Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
And, you know, I do feel, you know, that, you know, Barry and Jerry dropped the ball. I got no Valentine's cards. Did you, CJ?
Well, don't sound like Barry dropped the ball. Him come out with injected with BD or something.
Inoculated.
You guys just keep your balls to yourself. Anyway, in honor of Valentine's
Brittany,
Day,
I've never seen her that red before. She's
nextdive.com did something special this year. They just came out with a red colored regulator second stage. And
Wow.
I got one in my hand right now. I'm going to take it to Saba and give it a good workout.
Put it in your mouth, then suck it.
I will. I absolutely will. And I think it's one of the coolest ideas I've seen in years. I mean, and that's one of the neat things that they do at Next Dive. Jared and the gang, they make these regs, to order. So unlike your traditional dive equipment manufacturer that comes out with a new reg and, they have to, produce a ton of them. They may have them made overseas or whatever they need to do. And then they put them in a warehouse, and then they start getting them out through the dive shops or selling them or whatever. But they gotta stock these things, like, by the thousands. It's ridiculous, right? Well, Next Dive makes their equipment to order. So you call them up 2 days later. They got the system down pretty quick. They can turn this stuff around really, really fast. They assemble them in California, and they ship them out to your door. Go to nexdive.com. But it also gives them the flexibility not only to keep that overhead down because they don't have to stock so much. They can do cool little things like this. I mean, if you're a regular manufacturer, I mean, you're just like, you know what? Let's do a different color reg. Like we got this idea for Valentine's Day. Let's do a red colored regulator. And I'm kind of shocked. I've never seen anything like this before in the dive industry. But lo and behold, here it is. I think it's a great idea. I'm going to use it. It'll, this is going to match my red sparkled force fins, which I have.
And your red shorts.
That would be Vinny's.
No, I thought Vinny was loaning them.
But my shorts are special because when you go down to 50 feet, they turn brown.
That's right. I
Oh,
think
my
that you don't need to go to 50 feet to make them brown, according to Walter.
Oh, my God. Okay.
You're gonna loan
Anywho,
those to Greg.
Next Dive has the option to do cool ideas like this, and a regular manufacturer of dive gear, they would have to make thousands of these things to make it feasible for them to offer them to the public. So
speaking of Next Dive, Greg.
Well, just hold your pants on, buddy boy. I'm not done yet. But the thing about this is they can make these red regulators and they put it out for Valentine's Day. I mean, would have this been the ultimate Valentine's gift for the special someone on your list? Barry, Jerry. I mean, sure, you guys usually do flowers, chocolates, champagne. Wouldn't have you rather given each other something to suck on?
Well, somebody gave Barry BD.
What?
That was funny.
Shut up, Biddy. Don't encourage.
Anyway. Okay. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I think it's pretty.
I don't know. I think that you and Vinny, buddying up in that ship is going to be great.
Well, at least we'll be color coordinated now.
Yeah.
I have the red regulator. He'll have his red shorts.
If Vinny did the right thing, he would get you a pair of those red shorts to wear, so you'll be decked out in red.
Yeah. You should do that, Vinny.
Yeah, you guys could be
He wouldn't wear 'em,
matchy.
so why waste my time?
Yeah, he would.
He would wear them.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think there? Captain Walt DeMartini seems intrigued by this idea. I don't know. You think?
So long as you're washing them and you make sure Vinny doesn't die.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm not in danger of dying or anything.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Okay.
Hey, I didn't realize it was going to be such a brouhaha.
Exactly. There it is.
I could have been seriously injured or died, and here I am.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as your red Spanx come out fine, everything's good.
Yeah, well, he's got those. All right. So am I alone here on the reg, though? Does anyone else like this cool color?
I like the blue. I have the blue.
Yeah,
one.
I was going to say, do they have blue?
Yeah, they have blue. I have a blue one.
You have a blue next time?
Blue and white.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know they had black and white, but I don't even remember the blue. They have a blue one too already?
I think it's blue.
I thought it was
Yeah,
black.
they got blue.
Well,
no, it's not.
I thought it
No,
was
it's
black.
blue.
Well, it was black with blue lettering.
Yeah,
though.
that's it.
Yeah, so they got a black. This is the
Yeah, I don't
people
think the
aren't-
whole thing is blue.
If you're not watching us on YouTube, Facebook Live, or Twitch,
Congratulations, first of all.
well, the red color is the entire housing of the regulator. I mean, this
Yeah.
is pretty unique. I mean, so could they do like pink and purple and God knows what other color? Yeah,
I think pink would
they can.
go well with you.
What's that?
I think pink would be a good color for you.
Okay, whatever, Barry.
Yeah.
But
Red shorts,
but the
pink
first stages,
regulator.
they're even coloring. You know, they're coming up with different metal colors. Like they have like a color that kind of reflects in the sun, and like an oily, you know, like a oily film that's kind of like psychedelic.
You
It's
mean
like,
a prism, like a prism?
yeah, and it's
psychedelic.
Well, yeah, psychedelic.
Delic.
And
Is that housing? Is that anodized aluminum or what?
sure, I don't know, Barry.
They call it PVD.
It's very high end stuff.
Okay.
But they try to make it look cool too, and I think it's quite important.
It does look cool.
It's good to.
They're making my rig better now.
Are they? What are they doing?
Oh yeah.
What are they doing to it?
They're adding a turret to it.
A turd to it.
A turret.
It sounds like adding a turd to it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God help us. More coming up.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I don't know why it is that all of us are so committed to the sea. I think it's because we all came from the sea. And it is an interesting biological fact that all of us have in our veins the exact same percentage of salt in our blood that exists in the ocean. And when we go back to the sea, we are going back from whence we came.
I'm never going to buddy breathe with Jerry the Diver Guy, just for the record. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ in the studio with me. And, you know, we were talking about this new reg from Next Dive for Valentine's Day. They released an exclusive new color, red, you know, which is pretty cool on a couple levels. Not only does it look awesome, I mean, red is, I think, a pretty neat color. Guy, girl, doesn't really matter. And I think also one of the things Jared was telling me at Next Dive about it was that when you go down at depth, of course, we lose that color. So
That's the first color you lose.
Yeah, the red is going to end up looking like a dull, you know, bluish gray or
it turns brown.
Yeah.
Like a brown.
And so, you know, you can actually use it as a teaching tool. Say if you're a dive instructor to your students, hey, watch my reg, and you'll notice it'll be red at the surface, and we're going to lose that color as we go down at depth, and you can kind of, you know, use that as a teaching moment. Jerry the Diver Guy, he's getting
turret. Turret, not turd, which is TURD, Greg.
Turdlet.
Get your mind out of the buttocks.
Turdlet.
Wow. Well, that's quite an upgrade, my friend.
God.
I was like,
It did sound like you said turd.
That's what I heard. I mean,
Turret.
Turd is the word.
Yeah. So
y'all just got poop on your brain.
Well, what happened exactly? Well, I mean, what are you doing to your reg?
It's just adding me more ports to it. I can position my computer where I want it. And
so you're doing an upgrade on the first stage or the second stage?
First stage.
Okay, so you're adding the other module that they
the turret.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
The turret.
I'm telling you, this reg's awesome. I love it.
It is. Well, and it's modular.
I love it.
So what, you took advantage of the fact that you had one version of it and you wanted more ports, so you called them up, and they did you have to send it back to them, or they sent you the parts for you to just fix it up?
I think Jared's going to send me the parts. So
that's how they work. So you can buy a very stripped down reg, and then as your skills progress, you can upgrade it accordingly. You know, add a turret or a
not a turd.
Turdlet.
You can add whatever the hell you want to add, I guess. I mean, they're modular systems, but it's pretty creative what they've done, not just with the colors, but obviously with the technical stuff.
No, They've got great products. I will tell you that. Love their BC. It's just, just unbelievable. I was just blown away by the breathing capability of the rig when we was in the Turks.
Right. Yeah.
Loved it.
What about the color there, Barry? You like this red color they came out with for Valentine's Day?
Well, the red color is nice just because it'll kind of pop out compared to other people's regulators.
Yes, it'll make you feel special. And like I said, I got these classic force fins, red sparkled clear force fins. They're the only three.
Wow.
According to Bob Evans from Force Fins, the only other people on the planet that have these are like Sylvia Earle, ocean conservation queen of the ocean, and Daryl Hannah.
But you don't dive with those, do you?
No,
I have,
Greg.
I have. What do you think, Brittany?
Dove with Sylvia Earle, and she dives with those sparkle fins.
That's right, red sparkle force fins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now I got a regulator to match my red sparkle force
Greg,
fins.
did you pull them off a witch that a house fell on?
Yeah. Duh.
Have you ever thought of just taking those and mounting them on a nice plaque and then hanging them up somewhere in the studio?
Possibly. Actually, Bob from Force Fins just sent me a letter. He's old school. He's I've known him for years.
Correspondence.
And
dearest Greg, I hope this letter
right
finds
here?
you well.
He was digging through his archives, and you can see this on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. But he sent me the schematics.
Number 76.
Of my specific force fins, those red sparkle force fins. Tan Delta red sparkle number 76. And he had signed them. He engraved it.
Wow.
It says on there, but this is the actual schematic kind of thing from
the engineer
the
drawings.
Yeah.
You should have those put in a nice frame.
I may do
and
that.
Stop folding them like that. You ruin
That's how
it.
they came. They were mailed, you big dummy.
So leave them unfolded.
Why?
Because it's just going to ruin it.
It's not ruining
Take
nothing.
them somewhere and get them framed.
I'll get it framed. And
All right.
When he gets around to it.
Yeah. Exactly.
There we go.
I mean, I could still use them.
You need to get Bob back on one day.
No, we will. Bob's. I talk to him every now and then. Maybe we'll get him on.
Bob's
next
a great
week.
guy.
He's an awesome dude. But yeah, I mean, who knows? I could bring those fins out to Saba and use them. That's a possibility.
Those are new, right? I haven't even seen those.
No, I've had them for 20 years.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he sent me these years ago. I have a whole selection.
Mine
of
are just
stuff.
black.
They're going to get lost in Saba, and you could be crying the blues. Those are special.
They
Those
are
those
special.
should be.
Absolutely. Just like this red reg. I mean, they just came out with these, so I don't know how many they've sold already.
Are you going to sleep with that reg tonight?
Well, no, but I'm going to use it in Saba next week. That's for sure. Absolutely.
You got to check it out beforehand. Check your gear before you go on a trip this time. Unlike
it's a regulator. I just hook it up to the hose. What the hell you want from me?
Other than someone that had a BC that fell apart on them?
Well, I just that was brand. I had to put it together, and I didn't put it together until I got there. But no,
Right.
This is totally different. This is just you
Okay.
screw it on, screw it off. You
And
know
then
what
he
I
had
mean?
a ring in his butthole.
What?
Brittany, stop it.
This is a
What do
family show.
Brittany, you love this, don't you? Don't you think having a red regulator's kind of cool? Admit it. It is pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. See, I'm cool. Even Vinny Two Tanks is going, yeah, I wish I had a red reg. Right?
Not really.
He
But
has
I'd like
red
to have red fins, though.
You're like, oh, you want to?
He doesn't need a red regulator because he's got red Spanx.
Yeah, Greg.
That'd be too much red, is what you're saying. He would clash. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. We will see. Yeah, we do. We're going to talk about this 2 weeks from today. The fact that Vinny and I are going to be cabin mates. How do you think that's going to go, Vinny? Any predictions?
It's going to go good for Vinny.
I only go to the room to sleep, so you won't see me in the room at all unless I'm sleeping.
Well, remember what CJ told you a few weeks ago is that you have a thing about snoring, right?
Right.
And what, CJ?
Greg snores.
Oh, no.
Greg snores.
No, he does? Oh,
Yes.
Jesus.
He used to make fun of me all the time about it. Now he does it.
Well, now I do
Payback.
because
Well,
I do now that I know Vinny will leave the room if I snore.
well, it won't be a problem if I can go find someplace else on the boat to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Just
There's
put a
plenty of
pillow over his face.
There's
Yeah.
Brittany's room. There's she's shaking her head like, okay, whatever. That's what right, right, Brittany?
No, I would.
That's a hard no.
Okay, maybe I misread.
Vinny, when Greg
body
snores,
language.
there's only one way to get him to stop, and that's a bucket of cold water.
What?
All right.
No, I'd probably just try to find someplace else to sleep.
Oh, thanks, Vinny. Thanks.
I would.
Yeah.
Bucket of cold water.
Yeah. That or a turd on the regulator. That'll.
Oh, that old chestnut.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, that'll be 2 weeks from today. You'll hear all about it. I'm sure there'll be something worth discussing. Till next time, though, remember, it's always better. Where, gang? Come on.
With the red glittery fins.
Safe diving, everyone.
If you want to stay in the know, if you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, you know, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.